Welcome back to Real Civil Architect, and welcome back to Why It's Important. Today's video is about aerodynamics, fairings, fins, and nose cones. Now, one of my previous crafts, the Jupiter 1, which I'm not going to build for you, but I'm going to go ahead and build the lander for the Jupiter 1. Jesus, I can't pick the right one. I had, in fact, forgotten that Jupiter was a gas giant and that you cannot land on Jupiter. Did I use the Frontier engine? I'm pretty sure I used the Hawk. That's the Titan. I don't know, I'll have to check. Okay, while I was looking, I may or may not have constructed the entire lander. These two radial parachutes here were deployed in Jupiter's that wasn't it. No, I had a other stage with a whole bunch of parachutes on it. Like structural pieces leading up and then just a whole bunch of parachutes on them. I don't know. Anyway, it was this whole thing, but it was silver. It was a silver lander. I believe I may or may not have added that. No, because I wanted it to match with the engine. How many are there? There are lots of variants, I guess. So this is my lander for the Jupiter 1, and then after that, my orbital maneuver stage for the Jupiter 1, and I quickly discovered that even with my fins to keep stability, it was not good. Fins are good for keeping stability because they create drag when you're turning the wrong way. They don't in this game because you can't add them. They're like supposed to block pitch, but we need them to block yaw. But in Kerbal Space Program, they do create drag when your craft is unstable and turning, which will create more drag, which will create a bunch more drag, which will turn your craft the right direction. You can't throw a dart backwards. Speaking of the Jupiter 1, I had a decoupler on it. And on that decoupler, I had what was it again? A fairing. E-I-E-I-O. Okay, how big did I have to make the fairing? Probably pretty big. I know the fairing didn't look like that, but it's a fairing. Fairings are to block crafts from drag and heat. So this is just a big heat shield. We've gone over heat shields. Probes, heat shields, and landing gear. Yeah. Another thing. When you have a probe, usually your probe is not very aerodynamic, and you will receive drag in the atmosphere. So I'm going to do a little experiment where I take a probe with and without a nose cone and launch them both and see which one goes faster. Well, don't we need fins? I would like fins, yes. So I will add fins to the both of them. Fins are the only parts that can clip so far. Like I said, I got this from a APK website, Happy Mod. And about to make it unfair there. I don't know, my brain froze. I'm not eating ice cream or anything. You can tell that I'm not eating ice cream. It's like when your Windows 98 runs into a problem and it makes that boo-doo-boo-doo-boo. I don't know. Can someone in the comments make a better sound on... Why am I asking the comments, people? Your rocket has no parachute. Your rocket's too heavy to lift off. Oh, and just a thing. They weren't supposed to do that. Here, let me go back to the build and make sure that I have enough weight that this doesn't happen. Alright, so I fixed it, added more weight. Okay. Go! I don't know. Oh, yeah, that is right. Yeah. Go with the Nosecone even though it has more mass than the other. It goes faster. Because the other one is experiencing drag. Newton's third law, every action has an equal and opposite reaction. The craft splits the air here, and so it goes right through it. And that craft did not split the air. And so the air hit it. Wouldn't that create heat? No, it's not fast enough to do that. Also, we don't have heat in this game. Well, we would, but I'm behind on a couple of updates, but we already know that. I'm going to leave them to their own devices, because I have the feeling it'd be funny if I did. I'm going to leave those for the next few episodes and say that our episode is over. This has been an amazing experience. Also, I do not hate engineers. I have a team of very experienced engineers. Technically, I am an engineer myself. I go by the name of architect as a sincere joke.